Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Corey's DieCast Den. I am your host, Corey, and this time around, we have another weekend haul episode. I know it's been a while since I've made just a haul video strictly, and so found quite a few cars this weekend. I found a lot yesterday, but not very many today. Got quite a few from just basic main lines all the way through premium. So we'll just get started here. First up, today, actually, the only things I found were a set of these are from the Vault exclusives. Excuse me. Originally, I had heard that these were Dollar General exclusives, but I have seen them showing up in Kroger stores and never saw them in Dollar Generals. And eventually I looked it up, and they are actually from the Vault exclusives, which are pretty much sold in multiple stores. So I guess they're just I don't know what makes them exclusives exactly, but yeah, just an extra paint job of them, I guess. I have a loose set of these cars already, and just picked up a second set because I found all of them. This mix was from last year in 2023. And the first one here is the custom Ford Maverick, which is a pretty cool car. It's a muscle car, but it's also got kind of a Japanese tuner look to it. And I believe the original release of this car was based off of Sung Kang's real car, the guy from Fast and Furious movies. And he also had the Fugu Z, the custom 240Z casting, the original white one that was based off his car. So now we have this exclusive ish, nice blue version here. Very nice. And then we've got the 62 Corvette Gasser here. I think this casting is only about 2 years old now. Only been mainline releases. It'd be cool to have a premium version of this. I like this casting a lot. I like the 62 Corvette casting, the regular one, a lot, and I think this one looks really cool as well. Got some good tempo action, and being a gasser, it's got the blown engine and skinny on the front and fat in the rear. The exhaust coming out the side down there. Very cool casting. Make a great premium release. Number three here is the 23 Nissan Z in a gray. Kind of a, would you call that gunmetal gray? Kind of? I don't know. Nice dark gray with black J5 wheels. Kind of hard to see because they're so dark. My lighting isn't great. I apologize. I really like this one. Think this is a good color. Nice, mean, aggressive looking version. Have a bunch of mainline releases, and this is probably one of the best. Nice rear detail. I like the retro look to the design of this car. Very cool. And then the last from the vault exclusive is the 17 Audi RS6 Avant, which this might be my favorite one of the four. It just looks awesome. Very good casting. It was a super treasure hunt. Uh, the first year it was released, actually, in red. And then it's had a premium version in car culture from Fast Wagons, and it was pretty much the same car as this one. About the same color and everything, same wheels, even though they were obviously the real Rider 10 spokes. But so we pretty much have a mainline version of that here. Very nice detail on the front and rear. Very cool. It's pretty much the same color as the Z, I'd say. Not quite. The Z's got some little bit of sparkle to it, but the gray on the Audi does not. But yeah, these were really cool. I found these last year, but saw a bunch of them in a Kroger today, so I decided to get another set of them to have carded. And now we'll look at some regular main lines, just a couple of them here. From these are all K case cars. Got the 73 Jeep J10 here in the K&N livery. Got a recolor of the 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko in a nice purple. A recolor of the Pontiac Aztek Custom in red now. Came out in blue earlier this year. So this is the second version now. And then a 90 Acura NSX in yellow. Very nice. So I just saw J case cars come out about a month ago, and now starting to see a few of these K case cars come out, show up, but these were the only ones, the good ones, that I wanted, that I could find. So K case was a pretty good case from what I've seen, so can't wait to find the rest of them. Here is a closer look, though, of the 73 Jeep J10. Really cool pickup truck casting here. Reminds me of the Dodge D100 casting, kind of. It's got some really good detail, the casting itself. As you can see, you got the spare tires back there and some detail. I'm not sure if those are subs or speakers or something down there, or well, it's kind of hard to tell. K&N on the hood. It's got the really cool piece on the front. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this is awesome. I like this a lot. Looks really good in this color with K&N. It's a pretty cool casting in general. We'll look at the Jesko now. The 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko in purple. Very nice purple color. and it's actually got a little bit of Tampa action on the hood and near the lights, if you can see, and there's a stripe on the top. And then you get exhaust detail, headlight detail, so not bad. Not my favorite casting. I think the wing looks really weird and awkward, and the I don't know, the nose kind of looks a little stubby to me. It's not terrible. I don't like the wing, how it where it attaches to the car. That just looks really weird and off. But I like the color. It's not a bad casting. I'm just being picky, but it seems like Hot Wheels has trouble with their Koenigsegg castings. They don't always look great, but that's just my opinion. But not a bad one at all. Not a bad one. OH5 wheels in black. That's a nice one. All right, let's look at the red Aztec here, which originally came out in a light blue color. And red's my favorite color, and I think this looks really good, with especially with the goldish, bronzish wheels. Very ugly car in real life, but I like this casting. It's kind of cool. Obviously, it's customized. This is not what it really looks like stock. You don't see very many of them anymore. And yeah, I've been told, yep, hard to see, but there are some sunglasses. Ah, sorry, guys. Some sunglasses and a hat, if you can make them out down there, which are supposed to be Heisenberg's, I think, aka Walter White from Breaking Bad, because he drove a Pontiac Aztec. So that's kind of a cool little Easter egg type touch. I think his was all white or like a cream color, if I remember. Didn't look like this at all, but pretty cool casting. Got some good detail, Tampa wise, and up front. Looks really nice up front. Aggressive. Then obviously it's got some really good detail, like with the hat and sunglasses. It's a cool casting. I might like that more than the blue one. One more main line to look at here, the 90 Acura NSX, designed by Ryu Asada. I really like this casting. I love NSXs, they're so cool. The old ones, especially, like this. The newer ones are cool, but not like this. So, there's also a Honda NSX Type S or something like that casting that does look better than this one. It's kind of a later, little bit later version than this one, but this one's really good too. Pop-up headlights that are down, obviously, so you don't get headlight detail, but get the NS or the Acura symbol. And then in the casting, more times than not, usually comes with the detail on the back, and then the black on the spoiler. Chrome PR5 wheels. I like this one. Just a plain Simple yellow. This casting's been out for a while, since maybe 2016. No, 2015. It's been released a lot, but I pretty much pick it up whenever it comes out. Alrighty, well, moving along to some like mid-tier cars, silver series cars. Um, I don't know exactly if Ultra Hots are technically part of the silver series, but um, they are priced. Looky there, look at that guy. They are priced similarly and have like full headlight and full detail. So I'd say they are. But as you can see, I found 5 out of 8 of the newest Ultra Hot set here. So we'll take a look at those. First one here is number 1 in the set. This is the 64 Dodge 330, which, if I'm being honest, I had never heard of this car or this casting until this set got leaked. So, kind of a new model for my collection, at least. Looks really cool. Nice, like apple green almost. Very shiny. Got your detail. It's wanting to roll all over. Detail in the back, of course. And doesn't want to come up quite all the way, but we've got an opening hood on it as well. Very cool. I like this a lot. And as you can probably see, it's all metal, metal on metal. So nice and heavy, more worth the money. Yeah, this is a really cool one. I uh I thought this would be more of a popular one, but the 2 targets I've seen these in, there were a few of these kind of peg warmers, honestly. But yeah, this bad boy looks good. Heck yeah. All right, I guess we'll go in order. So the second one here, which is number 2 in the set, is the 71 Datsun 510. I thought this guy was going to be impossible to find for obvious reasons. It's a Datsun, a 510 at that. And yeah, there was just one of these guys on the pegs. So I had to grab that up. It surprised me it was up front on the peg. This guy is also a metal base. Awesome. And this is in a nice green color as well. More of a, not an olive color, but it's shinier than that, but looks really nice. Love this. I love this casting. Obviously, most people do. It's very popular and hoarded. I'm very glad to have found this guy here. And I'm pleasantly surprised that it's metal on metal as well. Because some of these silver cars are plastic bases, and it's like, well, what are we paying for? Just some extra detail on the tampos. That's not worth 3 times as much as a mainline, but there's also a AE86 Sprinter Trueno in this set that's like in a goldish, copperish maybe color. And then there's also a purple Hakoska Skyline and a Porsche. Those are the three that I'm missing. I feel like the maybe the Trueno will be the hardest to find. Here they all are. So you got the Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTX. It's in a purple. I didn't find that one. And then the 78 Porsche 93578, which is the Moby Dick 935 casting. Didn't find one of those. And then there is the Toyota Sprinter Trueno. And that's in a like copperish, goldish color. That one might be super hard to find, but got the other 5 here. Yeah, so I was stoked to have found this guy. Usually I don't find all of these ultra hots in the set at the same time. Usually it takes multiple, trips and getting lucky to find them all. But I can usually find all of them eventually. Sometimes it takes a while, but I'm sure I'll find them eventually. I just found the K for Racer in gold from the last set, like a week ago. So it just takes a while, but if you're patient, they usually end up showing up. All right, so this guy here, the next one, is number 6 out of 8 in the set. This is definitely the peg warmer for sure, the biggest peg warmer. This is the 85 Honda City Turbo 2, but it's in a very nice color here. I love red. And this is kind of like a shiny blood candy apple. I don't know. Red. It's red. But yeah, this looks it's not a great casting in my opinion. It was kind of cool when it first came out, but it's honestly ugly, I think, and looks kind of stupid because they try to make it all race car-y. And I think it probably would have looked a little better if it was more factory looking, but I still have quite a few of these. It's a Honda, and this one, like I said, looks really good, so picked it up. This might be one of my favorite versions of it, honestly. It's always got some crazy decos and livery on it, but this is kind of a nice change. It looks really good, like I said. So yeah, there were quite a few of these on the pegs, so won't be hard to find that one. Next one is the 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro Stock. This is a really cool one also. So this casting came out in, what was it? Oh, it's older. Oh, okay, it's older than I thought. I thought this came out like a few years ago in the that pink version. It was like so and so's Thunderbird, blah blah blah, and then it came out in some recolors. Is that even the same casting? I thought it was, but the base says 2011, so I don't know. Either way, that might have been a different casting, to be honest. Either way, this looks really good. Pink interior is okay, doesn't look too bad. Got the parachute in the back, being a pro stock car. Big ol' blower on the hood, or just intake. I don't know exactly. Front looks good. But yeah, that's a. If that is the same casting I'm thinking of, I believe there's one coming out in a Boulevard set here soon. And it's in like a purplish color, I think, with some like. It looks kind of 80s ish. If that's the same casting I'm thinking of. Yeah. But I like this. This is pretty cool. I forgot to tell you guys the City Turbo here is a plastic base. This guy's metal. So 3 out of 4 of them so far have been metal bases, except the Honda. So that's interesting. Last Ultra Hots to show you. I'm sorry, is the custom Volkswagen Beetle here in pink, plastic base. Alrighty, so the two tiny guys here are plastic, but the rest, including the Datsun, are metal. But yeah, this is an old casting. Nice little Baja looking kind of off. No, it's not a Baja. I'm sorry. It's more of like a drag car, kind of. Obviously, a custom of some sort. But yeah, I'm not a huge pink fan, but this looks pretty cool. I like this. And there were a couple of these also. So I'm thinking this and the City Turbo and kind of the Dodge are the peg warmers of the set. Hopefully, I can find the other three. I'm sure I will. But yeah, this is a cool little guy. Moving right along though, similar, um, well, more silver series, I should say. I have here the 15 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. This is from the latest Neon Speeders set from Walmart. This thing looks awesome. It's like a matte gray almost, or maybe it's black. We'll have to see. But I've actually now found all of these cars except the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, which I knew that would be the popular one. It's all pink. Looks pretty cool, honestly. But yeah, I found all of these cars except the Porsche and the Hellcat here all together, like right away at my Walmart. But that was like 2 months ago almost. And just found this guy yesterday, which it looks awesome. It's probably one of the best in the set, so I don't blame people for buying this up. But I'm going to save opening this up for when I can get my hands on a Porsche and show the entire Neon Speeder set. But yeah, this thing looks awesome from what I can tell. Very cool. So we'll take a look at that later on down the road sometime when I can get my hands on the Porsche and we can look at all of them. Got two more cars here though to show you from the one of the latest Boulevard mixes. This mix right here, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen by now. I just started seeing these this weekend, and got some really good cars in here. That Skyline GTR is the hot one, and it seems like the Supra 21 Toyota GR Supra is a hot one as well. This one here is the 60s Fiat 500D Modificado. Definitely going to be the peg warmer, I would say, out of all of these. And but I do like this little casting. It's pretty cool. And I think this version here actually looks really cool. Like, I like this a lot. It looks very retro-y and just says Fiat on the hood. It's just some nice, like, cream pastel kind of warm colors, and then it's got the Italian colors, stripes, and then the looks like they're red little wheels down there. It says Fiat on the sides. This is a rear engine car, so it's in the back. I don't know if they were always rear engine or if this is just a custom one. I think they all were. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this looks awesome. It's such a tiny casting. It's so tough spending like the 628 or whatever these cost on such a tiny little thing. The Honda City Turbo's even just about the size of it, a little bigger maybe. So this is a tiny little guy, but yeah, I really like this a lot. This just came out in the main line this year, and the E case, I believe it was, and it was a super treasure hunt if you found it in gold. But this might be my favorite version of it ever released. It's not had too many releases, but yeah, I'd say this looks awesome, guys. And the last car from for the haul today, and from that Boulevard set that I have, is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Yeah, so I didn't find a Supra or the Skyline, which didn't surprise me, and I didn't see a Lamborghini either, which kind of surprised me. I figured the Fiat would be a peg warmer, but I kind of thought the Lambo would too. But I've only seen these at one Walmart now, so we'll see once I go to more. That Skyline does look awesome, so I really want to get that. But everybody likes their Skylines. All right, so here we go. The 3000 GT VR4 from Mitsubishi. This was a early 90s car, and this was the high performance version. This was a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, one of the two, twin turbo V6. So put out over 300 horsepower, and was very advanced and technological for its time. It was pretty quick. I believe this is let's see, this came out in car culture for the first time in red in Modern Classics 3, and that was 2021. And then it came out in what was it, Mountain Drifters in blue, also in car culture. And then we got it in the silver JDM 6 pack in like white and black, I believe. So I think this is the fourth version of this car that we've gotten. So it's a nice It's definitely green, but has a little bit of a blue tint to it sometimes. I don't know what kind of green you'd call that, but I like this a lot. In the like the bronzish, brownish, almost wheels. I think it looks really good all together. Sits very nicely. Of course, you got your headlight details. Looks really good in the Mitsubishi logo. Very cool. I like this car a lot, and the casting's really cool. That completes the haul, though, for this weekend, guys. Found most of this yesterday, just between two stores, so that was awesome. And then found that set of exclusives, the Vault exclusives or whatever, today. And the day is still young, so could go hunting a little more. Who knows? But hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you have a good week this week. And positive peg vibes to you all. Happy hunting. And thanks for joining me today. And be on the lookout for the next video, guys. Take care, everyone.